What's up, guys? Miles here, and as you guys see, we're in our Connect franchise Week 2, Monday night against the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be a good game, so right now let's hop right into it. And one thing I want to talk about, though, when it comes to this, I was honestly saving this topic, though, to talk about when it happened for this game, and that was to talk about the whole incident that happened on Thursday night. The reason why I want to talk about it today also is because of the appeals that happened for Myles Garrett today. So, how do I see it? If you guys don't know what happened Thursday night, the Browns were up 21-7 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was around like 8 seconds left in the game. Myles Garrett hit Mason Rudolph on a sack, but he drove his body into the ground. You see Mason Rudolph in the footage trying to rip off Myles Garrett's helmet, which turned into a fight. That David DeCastro pulled back Myles Garrett and trying to keep him back. But in that process, though, Myles Garrett ripped off Mason Rudolph's helmet. And not only did Mason Rudolph not stay back, he charges at Myles Garrett, going to fight him, pretty much. Like, he's putting his hands up, going to him and everything. But the big thing that everyone's talking about is that when Myles Garrett swung his helmet like a club to hit him in the head. And that's what started the whole and that's pretty much how it got out of control. Not started, how it got out of control. And to end it all off on how that happened, the defensive tackle for the Browns got suspended for a game for pushing Rudolph. Garrett got suspended indefinitely for 6 games, which is including the postseason and possibly next year for the hit. And then Marquise Pouncey suspended 3 weeks for pretty much defending his quarterback because he was kicking him and hitting Myles Garrett. Now, first thing I want to say about this, Marquise Pouncey, he obviously appealed his games. He's not going to be playing this week. I hope that he only doesn't play this week and next week. I hope he gets 1 game reduced. Because really, he just watched his quarterback hit him in the head. Like, he's watched his quarterback got smacked in the head by a helmet. Now, how you going to react? Like, if your boy got smacked in the head, what are you going to do? You're just going to go jump in and beat the ever-living God out of this guy. Larry Agba, or whatever his name is, the defensive tackle for the Browns, he's going to probably serve his 1-game suspension, even though his appeal was Tuesday. I don't think he's going to play this weekend, because all he did was push him. You might as well just serve and call it a day. But now the big one, though, is Myles Garrett. Now, the way I look at it, though, is this. Before I get into it, is Myles Garrett wrong for swinging his Mason Rudolph's helmet at Rudolph's head? Yes, he is 100% wrong. You pretty much looks like, in my opinion, he looked like a caveman back in the early BC days using clubs to go beat people up. That's what he looks like, in my opinion. Because, dude, you don't do that in the league. I don't care how it happened. As you see that right here, though, actually quick. McCaffrey got hurt. MCL sprain. But what are you going to do on that? Anyways, getting back to what I was talking about. When it comes to that whole thing, I do believe that Myles Garrett should be suspended. But I believe Mason Rudolph should be as well. And here's my reason why. Mason Rudolph, if you watch the film, if you watch what happened, I watched it 100 times. Mason Rudolph started this fight. In my opinion. Yes, Myles Garrett did tackle Rudolph and drove his body into the ground, or putting his full body weight on him, but there was a flag thrown for that. He was going to be penalized. They were going to get moved up anyway. And I think the reason why Mason Rudolph got annoyed, besides that last tackle in the final 8 seconds, if you watch that game, he threw 4 picks. He had a bad night in general. The Browns' defense just abused him. And this was a hard-hitting game in general, with Juju getting knocked out. Morgan Burnett got knocked out, and honestly, some others got knocked out too. It was a bloodbath rivalry game. And to be honest, though, some people might not like those type of games. I kind of do, because it's pretty much two teams, 2 warrior class teams, just going at each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, and I honestly like matchups like that, because those matchups normally are the best, but unfortunately, when it comes to those kind of matchups, I can't talk today. When it comes to those matchups, it can lead to what happened at the end of the game. That's one that sucks about him. But anyways, when it comes to Mason Rudolph, you see that he started, though, because he actually said in a statement today that he apparently was trying to push Myles Garrett off of him. When no. Last time I checked, yes, though, you are trying to push him off, but if you're putting your hands on top of his helmet, trying to pull it off, that's not trying to get up. That's not trying to push Garrett off of him. That's trying to rip his helmet off. Now, let's say if you did that, what were you going to do? You ripped off Garrett's helmet. Okay, what would have happened then? How do you know if Rudolph decided not to just hit him in the head with his helmet? How do you know this? That's one thing. But I'm not going with how do you know or what ifs, what like that. The way I saw that, he was trying to rip his helmet off, so that's what started the fight. Because that made David DeCastro come by, and that's also what made Myles Garrett wanting to take his helmet off. Because he's like, okay, you want to take my helmet off? All right, fine then, let's go. Because now it's about to turn into an actual street fight. He is successful in taking his helmet off with David DeCastro pushing him back. And if you watch also, yes, the helmet's off. Everyone's relaying this to the Antonio Smith and Richie Incognito thing when he got suspended 2 preseason games and a regular season game. Antonio Smith took off Richie Incognito's helmet and swung it at him but missed. If Garrett kept getting pushed back by David DeCastro, I guarantee you that would have been over. If anything, both players would have been suspended a game. But the main thing, though, is just this. You see Mason Rudolph charge at Myles Garrett, full pad still. Rudolph has no helmet, and Myles Garrett still has his helmet on, and he has a weapon in his hand. And Mason Rudolph is going to charge at him, going to continue the fight. First off, I saw the right tackle there too over the Steelers. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why didn't you grab him? And be like, dude, what are you doing? Go back to the sideline and relax. And that's why that happened. You see Mason Rudolph trying to friggin' hit Garrett, and then Garrett just took the helmet and swung and hit him. In my opinion there, though, like I said, yes, Myles Garrett should be suspended. But Mason Rudolph is antagonizing and continuing it and escalating it pretty much. He's escalating the fight. And then when he gets hit in the head, he's standing going like, what did I do? What happened? I didn't do anything. And that's why, I can't pronounce his last name, Larry, pushes Mason Rudolph to the ground. He's like, dude, sit down. What are you talking about? And then in the end of that, you see Marquise Pouncey coming. He starts beating up Myles Garrett, caking him, punching him, doing whatever. Apparently, though, Mason Rudolph kicked Garrett in the gut or in the groin, but I don't know how true that is because I didn't see that in the film. But from what I know, at least the way I look at it, Marcus Patton's probably going to get 1 game gone, so he's going to be suspended for this week and next week. Larry's probably going to just serve his game suspension. And Myles Garrett, he should be blessed. He's only getting 6 games. Do I believe this should go into the next season? If that happens, I would say maybe 2 games. Because let's say if the Browns win out, they go to the playoffs, they go on a winning streak like no tomorrow, and they go to the Super Bowl. Myles Garrett ain't playing. You know that, right? He ain't playing. Because they say he's suspended indefinitely for 6 games, including playoffs. So he's suspended the rest of the season. He's suspended for the postseason. So we couldn't even help this team win the Super Bowl if they would get there. But my opinion, though, on Mason Rudolph, he should be suspended at most 3 games. Because did he take an object and swing it at somebody, especially when he's defenseless? No. But did he antagonize the fight? Did he escalate the fight while trying to be separated? Yes. Because that's just a dumb move by him. A quick example on this, though. If you're at a bar and you get into a fight, someone takes a beer bottle and you go charge at him. Are you going to charge at him? Say, if you come at me and I have a beer bottle in my hand, are you going to come at me and try and hit me? No. That's stupid. Why? Because I can take the beer bottle and smack it over your head. But that's just me, though, with this whole thing. Myles Garrett is going to be suspended for the rest of the year. Do I believe it should go into next season? Maybe for 1 game. Mason Rudolph should be suspended at least 3 games. And we also get appealed. So, I hope you guys, though, did enjoy this game. You see, we did get the victory, though, 18-10 over the Browns on Monday Night Football. If you guys enjoyed and are ready for the next Connect franchise game, which is Week 3 against the Patriots, I should have that up either Friday or Saturday. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow my Twitter. My link will be in the description below. Hope you guys have a great day. And I'm out.